Who is Klaus Schwab? Who is he really? To answer that question, I need to start by telling you about his father, who, although born in Switzerland, is not Swiss, but he's in fact German. So Klaus's father is Eugen Schwab, and interestingly, that's spelt like the word eugenics without the ICS, pronounced Eugen. So he was born on the 27th of April, 1899 to parents Gottfried and Marie Schwab. Eugen worked in a factory for the German branch of Escher Wyss, a Swiss industrial company. And they originally started as a textile company and then expanded to include machinery, water wheels, water turbines, power transmission equipment, and then later ship spoilers and steam engines. And then later on, expanded to steam turbines, which were produced for thermal power plants, ships and locomotives. Seems innocent. But by the 1930s, Eugen, Klaus's father, was managing the Ravensburg Escher Wyss factory, and it was the biggest employer in Ravensburg. Hitler's Nazi party awarded them the title of a National Socialist Model Company. And during World War II, the company was a supplier for the German war effort. They supplied turbines for Norsk Hydro. And in case you don't know who Norsk Hydro are, it was an industrial plant under German control that could produce heavy water in significant quantities, ran by a team of German atomic physicists that needed this water to drive an experimental reactor for making plutonium for the Nazi atomic bomb program. Norsk Hydro are still around today. But at the time, German industrial conglomerate IG Farben owned stock in Norsk Hydro. And if you don't know who IG Farben is, they were the largest company in Europe and the largest chemical and pharmaceutical company in the world. IG Farben was a Nazi party donor, and after the Nazi takeover of Germany in 1933, they were a major government contractor, providing significant material for the German war effort. Throughout that decade, it purged itself of all of its Jewish employees. They are described as the most notorious German industrial concern during the Third Reich. In the 1940s, the company relied on slave labor from concentration camps, including 30,000 from Auschwitz, and was involved in medical experiments on inmates at both Auschwitz and the Mauthausen concentration camp. One of its subsidiaries supplied the poison gas Zyklon B that killed over 1 million people in gas chambers during the Holocaust. Additional to that, Klaus's dad's company, Escher Wyss, also supplied the flamethrowers in the German war effort. And Escher Wyss also manufactured parts for German fighter planes. And throughout World War II, many prisoners of war worked at Escher Wyss and lived at a special camp there on the factory premises. Klaus was also a member of the management board at Escher Wyss, and that was in Zurich between 1967 and 1970. His role was an assistant to the chairman to aid in the reorganization of the merge between Escher Wyss and Sulzer. During these 3 years, he formed many important relationships, and in 1970, with the help of other important players and the Club of Rome, Klaus started the process to set up the European Management Symposium, which is now known as the World Economic Forum. Klaus has tried very hard to ensure his background is not easily tracked and traced, as he is aware that this is not the kind of self-elected global dictator that any sane person would accept. And Klaus has done his very best to keep these details out of the public's reach.